Hey, there's some serious highlights there, Nick.
Black and white highlights.
Hey, would you consider letting Milroe call all of the plays himself the way you did in high school?
Yeah, I think it's a consideration. I think that, we always have a game plan, and he knows exactly what it is. But, in this day and age of football, things have changed so much with the no huddle and trying to see what the defense is lined up in and sometimes confirming calls from the sidelines. But one thing I will agree with, I don't know who you all were talking about when you said maybe it'd take a month to run a 4.8. Well, I was kind of in that same mode when I was playing. So just to give you a comparison, Jaden's a whole lot better than I was.
You had the shakes, though, Coach. I mean, maybe not that all-out speed, but the quickness to go with it. What's this month been like for the build-up with everything you have going on as a head coach in the game today, trying to get a recruiting class done? You got transfer portal coming in, guys leaving, NIL. What's been like, and you got to get ready for the biggest game of the year. This has probably been a lot to manage.
Yeah, well,
for all
I think
you guys
the most
as coaches.
Yeah, I think there is a lot going on out there, but I think the one thing that's important for everybody is you got to stay committed to what we came here for, regardless of whether you're a player, a coach, or whatever your future might hold for you. And I think that's the most important thing. And it's also important that you look next door and make sure the guy sitting next to you is committed too, because when you're playing at this level and you get in the playoffs, you need everybody all in. And, hopefully our team has done a pretty good job of supporting each other so that we can be all in when the game comes on Monday.
Coach, 7-time national champion. Obviously, the big stage is where you have thrived more than anybody in the history of the game. How many more times will you speak to your team before the game? And how many different speeches are we given? And what's the messaging kind of sound like with this type of game for your squad?
Yeah, well, pretty much to this point, it's been stay committed. There's a lot of distractions that go along with a bowl game, which are a good thing for players. I got to go to Lowry's last night, got to go to Disneyland the other day in the afternoon after practice. But so you got to stay committed and focused on what you're trying to do. But the big thing is we've all really tried to we started out poorly, so there's a lot of naysayers out there. So this team has had something to prove all year long, and hopefully we continue that on, a big stage in the Rose Bowl as well as being in the playoffs. So, we want to carry that through and try to finish the best way that we can.
Coach, our audience pretty much know you from the SEC, right? LSU, Alabama, but you cut your teeth in the Big Ten. So this is a special venue, the Rose Bowl, to you. How did you get that point, or how are you going to get that point across to your players, how special this place is?
Well, I think that's a challenge. I think that the Rose Bowl folks do a wonderful job, and this is one of the greatest venues in college football to be a part of. The whole atmosphere, the hospitality is all fantastic. But I don't know that I can actually get our players to understand the importance of the Rose Bowl. I think we can try to get them to understand the importance of being in the playoffs, the kind of quality team you're going to play against. You're going to have to prepare yourself to be the best player you can be, thinking that you're probably going to play against one of the best players you played against all year. So let's get ready to focus on that. And, that's what we've tried to do. But I do agree that growing up in the Big Ten, whether it was Ohio State, Michigan State, wherever, your whole consciousness is about winning the Big Ten and going to the Rose Bowl. So it means a lot to me. I just don't know if I can get that across to our players.
Coach, nobody's done this more than you have. And I just think about how much, consistency stays in this situation from your first time doing it to your 8th time doing it. Is it all the same, or does that change over the years?
No, I don't really think it changes. I think what it takes to win, what it takes to play well, playing for 60 minutes in a game, focusing on execution, playing with discipline. I think how you respond to a month off before you play fundamentally, whether it's tackling, footwork and blocking, taking care of the football as a runner or somebody who handles the ball. All these things contribute to winning and losing, and I don't think that really ever changes, that much. And just because it's a big game, it doesn't really change either. You've got to play for 60 minutes, and you've got to do a good job of playing with discipline and executing and everybody doing their job, which will give you the best chance to be successful.
Nick, we appreciate your time. Wish you well, and last couple of days in preparation. Look forward to seeing your team on Monday afternoon.
Well, thanks, guys, and Happy New Year to you. Appreciate you having us on.